Good morning! It's Tuesday, June 10th. It's about 6:40 in the morning right now. Today I work an AM shift, so I start at 7 o'clock and I'll finish around 3:30 or 4 o'clock. I'll be at the front desk this morning as MOD or manager on duty. I had such a rough sleep last night. I always have a hard time sleeping the night before I have these MOD shifts because I'm either manager on duty or I'm in the housekeeping office at work. I always have a hard time sleeping just because I'm still learning the front desk and there's a lot to learn and everything happens very quickly, so it's pretty overwhelming sometimes, but alas, I'm up and I'm ready to go to work, so let's go. It's pretty cold this morning. The weather app says it's 54 degrees, but feels like 48. I ran out of my contacts last week. For some reason, I thought I had like a bunch of extra packs of contacts left. Then I took my contacts out and then I went to go look for my extra packs and obviously there were none. So I've been wearing my glasses for the last few days. But I ordered new contacts and I actually paid extra for expedited shipping, so hopefully they come in today. It's so interesting though, because when I wore my glasses for the first time at work, then I started to notice everybody else that like wears glasses also. And I don't know, it's kind of cute. There's a lot of people that wear glasses at work. Foggy. Hello, it's currently 7:30. I just got home. I've been out since like 7 o'clock this morning, so it's been a really long day so far, but I'm always really glad when I get to do something right after work. It always makes me feel better. If I come straight home after work, it's really hard to get off of my couch and get outside. So I found that if I just do something right after, then I'll actually do it. I like kind of made my bed really quickly because it was looking really weird. I'm looking a little rough because I just got home from a workout class. But anyways, I wanted to share my little Sephora haul from today. So I just restocked on my cleanser. I used this green tea amino acid foaming cleanser from Innisfree. It's like a Korean brand and I found out about them when I was in Japan actually. I also restocked on the hyaluronic acid serum from them. I also restocked on my perfume. I just get this 7 Virtues Vanilla Woods. Can you see it? Can you see it? I typically just get my perfume in travel size so that I can like keep it in my purse with me. But I get this, I don't know if it's gonna focus or not. It smells really good. I like it because it's not like too strong. I also restocked on some conditioner. So for the past like 2 or 3 months maybe, I've been using this Olaplex number 5, the Bond Maintenance Conditioner. Lastly, mascara from Tarte. I also have a banana that my manager gave to me at work today. And then I picked up my contacts. Yay! Like I said earlier today, I ran out of my contacts last week and I've been wearing my glasses to work, which is completely fine, and I'm glad I do have my glasses, otherwise I would be so blind. But I don't know, I just feel like sometimes when I'm looking into my glasses, like, it's just harder for me to process things. And I don't know, I've just gotten so used to wearing my contacts. Fun fact, if you work in San Francisco, there's something called an SFMRA, and MRA stands for medical reimbursement account. Depending on your employer, they deposit money into this whole separate account that you have access to, and you can get reimbursed for different medical expenses, and one of those medical expenses is contacts. So I'm gonna go ahead and submit my reimbursement for this one. So I've used it a couple times already. I've used it for contact solution, and I've also used it for vitamin C packets. So if you're living / working in San Francisco, definitely try to find out if you have any funds in your SFMRA account. And the whole reason I actually wanted to make a video for today was to not only vlog like a little bit of my day around work, but I also wanted to talk about my work day and try like a mini work log and see how it goes. Actually, at the end of the day, what I really have been trying to do is keep like a work log myself in a little notebook. On one side of the notebook, I'll write any specific things that happened throughout the day, something special, something that stood out. On the other side, I'll just write something that I learned. And it's been really helpful for me to be able to reflect on my day. And then it also helps me to like decompress if I write out all of the things that happened at work. But firstly, what do I even do? So my position is called a room operations Voyager, and I currently work at a Marriott hotel, so I'm employed by Marriott International. As a rooms operations Voyager, I am basically a manager in training. The department that I'm in is rooms operations, so in a hotel that means housekeeping or the front office. Currently my training is split between the housekeeping team and the front desk management team, so I have different shifts every day pretty much. And today my shift was at the front office, so I was the manager on duty. So basically, when somebody asks to speak to the manager, that's me. It's a really great program, and I've been learning a lot and enjoying a lot. I'm learning a lot about hotel operations, and then I'm also learning about people management, communication skills. I have a little notes app that I was keeping throughout the day just to keep track of like some of the things. I started work at 7 o'clock this morning, and as soon as I punched in, I found out that one of the associates was late to work. They were scheduled for 7 o'clock to 3 o'clock, but then they weren't there at 7 o'clock. So thankfully we found somebody that could cover until they got here. And then shortly after that, another associate called out late. Luckily, they said they would only be 10 to 15 minutes late, so it wasn't an issue and we didn't have to find coverage. And then I have a checklist that I go through with a bunch of different reports to organize the day and organize the reservation. Really big task for today is something that we call blocking the rooms. This is basically when you're assigning reservations to rooms in the hotel. You have to be very strategic about this. It also depends on the day and the occupancy, and I won't go super into detail with it, but there's a lot that goes into it, which is actually very interesting because you never think about this when you're staying in a hotel, but there's a lot going on behind the scenes basically. When you're blocking or assigning rooms, some of the things you take into account is their membership status, if they have different room requests, the duration of their stay, their rate code, how they booked the reservation, and any other special requests that they have. We did have a couple of guest issues today that we managed to get through, and my day also consisted of attending a morning stand-up meeting. So every morning all of the managers in the hotel meet at 9:30 and we basically give a brief of what's going on in our department. As the manager on duty, it's also my job to bring in reports such as what we call the house count for the day. So it basically shows like the number of arrivals for the day, the number of departures, what our occupancy percentage is, how many clean rooms we have, how many dirty rooms we have, and a few other statistics. I also share the forecast for the following 3 days. And then everybody basically, all the department heads basically go in a circle and we share what's going going on in our departments for the day so that we can understand how we're going to intersect, or if another department might need something from another one, and vice versa. And then a few other things is checking discrepancy rooms and contacting guests. Sometimes in the system it'll show that the room is occupied by a guest, but then the housekeeping team will report the room as vacant, and there's nobody in there. So you have to find out what's going on. Is the guest coming back? Did they just not bring their luggage with them? Do they want to keep their reservation? Did they check out early? And a few different things. I also was checking time cards. I go through the time cards for all of the front desk associates and just make sure that everybody punched in on time, and then everybody took their 30-minute meal breaks, and that everybody punches out on time as well. So being the manager on duty, I feel, is probably like one of the more stressful roles in the hotel, because every department is coming at you throughout the day. It could be accounting, it could be engineering, it could be payroll, it could be the restaurant manager, it could be the sales executives coming to you to ask about a room, it could be the group coordinator. Like every single department goes through the MOD, I feel like at least once a day. It can be very overwhelming. There's always a lot going on. You're basically like the designated person to go to if there's a problem in the hotel. I obviously have like my director or like my boss that I can go to if I don't know what to do, or if I'm confused, or if I need to double check with him that something is okay. But the manager on duty is basically, the first person that most people go to if they have a problem. There's a lot of pressure, and it's scary when I don't know the answer to something, or when an entirely new situation pops up that I haven't heard of before or I've never encountered, and I have to figure out what to do. Your brain is constantly problem solving all day, and you have to think really, really quickly. That was a little bit of my day today. It might sound a little bit confusing for those who like haven't worked in a hotel or don't work in a hotel, but I just thought it would be interesting to share a little bit of the behind the scenes and some details about what it's like to be a manager in a hotel. Luckily, today was kind of like a medium day. There was still a lot going on, but the urgency of the issues today weren't too crazy, and there weren't too many guest issues. Okay, I almost forgot to say that something super exciting that happened at work today was that I received an email about a potential job offer, and I was so excited when I got it, because it isn't something that I applied for. It isn't something that I thought would be a possibility, but instead this person had emailed me and asked, hey, I have this position opening, would you be interested? Let me know, basically. And I was like, oh my god, this actually might be the perfect position for me. So I'm very excited to see where that goes. I have been stressing out about finding a new job in the last like 2 months. And so getting this email today made me feel a sense of relief and excitement for the future and for what's to come. So hopefully I'll have an update soon. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.